Our question of the day is brought to you by EntreLeadership Summit 2024, where they have just a handful of tickets left, and you're not coming if you don't get on the phone right now. Jonathan from Georgia says, what are your thoughts on the cash discount program that's being presented to us, business owners? Will my customers think if they have to pay more with their card than with cash? My business does about $100,000 each month, and this cash discount program will save me about $2,000 a month in credit card fees. Well, I don't know what the cash discount program being presented to a business owner is, but any company that accepts credit cards or debit cards pays 2 to 3% transaction on that. So per 100,000, it's a couple grand a month, what you're saying exactly. $2,000 or $3,000 a month to process those fees. If you have someone pay cash instead to give a discount that is equal to that amount, would be great. It's a 2% discount. It shouldn't be that big a deal. But oftentimes, Sharon and I just got back from a trip overseas, and we were dealing with a purchase, from a vendor there in an overseas setting, which is a completely different mindset when you're negotiating for buying something while you're on a trip, right? And the guy's like, okay, is this price cash? Is this cash price with a card? And I went, well, it's cash, and I expect to get the discount. He goes, well, I can do that. So, some customers like that. In some cases, there are some Visa regulations and MasterCard regulations that don't allow you to have two prices, a cash price and a card price. But a lot of people do it anyway. So you need to make sure your card processor, you're not violating anything with that. But if your business does $100,000 a month and you can get someone to pay cash for all of that instead of running it on a card, then yes, that does save you $2,000. And there's certainly nothing morally wrong with it as long as you're not violating the payment terms of the payment processor that you're processing your cards through. So it's certainly not the end of the world, but I don't know what cash program is being presented nationwide to business owners. There's not a singular cash program. It's just always been that if you pay cash instead of use a card, it costs the business owner less, and sometimes they will pass that on to you. That savings onto you. That's all it is. It's a very simple concept, and that's really how you do it. So yeah, I would offer it as long as you're not violating some kind of an agreement you've signed with your payment processor.